Hi y'all, so part 2 of behind the scenes me getting pumped up for, for the ringing of the bell. So some of y'all might be wondering what's with the Broncos headband. So there's actually a really good story. So I'm reaching out to everybody I know. Please come support me. As in come support. Give a donation towards my red bucket shift. And need to find which one it was. Somewhere in here. Okay, this may take a while. Okay, I'm gonna play just a song as looking for what I'm looking for. Hope y'all enjoy.
Trapped with in-laws this holiday season?
Did you hear the owl?
Escape to any of our 2,400 locations with the Planet Fitness Black Card. Also bring a friend for free and get access to the Black Card Spa. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends November 30th.
Okay, never mind. I'm back. So it was, Joshua, the Valley of Decision. Joshua 8:30-35. At the time Joshua built an altar to the Lord, the God of Israel, on Mount Ebal, just as Moses, the servant of the Lord, had commanded the people of Israel, as it is written in the book of the law of Moses. An altar of uncut stones upon which no man has wielded an iron tool, and they offered on it burnt offerings to the Lord and sacrificed peace offerings, and there in the presence of the people of which he had written, and all Israel sojourner as well. Judges stood on opposite sides of the ark before the Levitical priest who carried the ark of the covenant of the Lord, half of them in front of Mount Gizman and half of them in front of Mount Ebal, just as Moses, the servant of Israel, and after he read all the words of the law and the blessings and the cur according to that is written in the book of the law, there was not a word of all that Moses commanded that Joshua did not read. Before all the assembly of Israel and women and the little ones and the sojourners who lived among them. Point number 1 in all of this: Jesus will bring you true joy. I call an earth to witness against you today that I have set before you life, death, blessings, and curse. Therefore choose life, that you and your offspring may live. Psalms 16:11. You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy, at your right hand and pleasures forevermore. Proverbs: the blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrows worth it. So, sorry y'all, really nervous. Then James 4:14. Yet you do not know what tomorrow will bring. What is your life? For you are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes. 1 Samuel 23. But truly as the Lord lives and as your soul lives, there is a step between me and death. Next point. Christ is coming back. Therefore you also must be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an hour you do not expect. Luke 17:28. Likewise, just as it was in the days of Lot, they were eating and drinking, buying and selling, planting of buildings. Lot is like gay, like lots of people gay, which clearly Christians, that's a no. Next point, don't let your heart get hardened. Hebrews 3:7-8. Therefore, as the Holy Spirit says, today if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts, as in the rebellion on the day of testing in wilderness. Genesis 6:3. Then the Lord said, my spirit shall not abide in man forever. He is flesh. His days shall be 120 years. And then, so, like, all this is mainly saying, A, you don't know when you're gonna die. B, it's good to be ready and good with God. Like, days, because you don't know when you will die. You don't know when Jesus is coming. And I remember somehow with all this sermon, Pastor Steve got talking about how he knew a Bronco chaplain, I want to say. I can't remember the whole thing, but anyway, I remember that that day when Steve said he went to see the Broncos and see his Bronco chaplain friend, I remember that day for a small side ha-ha laugh. I whispered under my breath as quietly as I can to people near me, yeah, I hope he remembered to pray for the Broncos. And And, so, in case I run into any church people, I thought it'll be cool to be rocking a funny Bronco Christmas elfie hat. In case I decide to be brave and tell about how I did kind of bad, but it was funny that during the sermon of, Joshua, the Valley of Decision, I had a small, under my breath, side comment on, I hope he remembered to pray for the Broncos. Like, I said it as quietly as possible because I did not want all eyes on me. But yeah, there was some laughter near me and me on the Valley of Decision sermon day Steve did. Again, trying for church clown. How I'm doing. 10 as in really good. 5 not so good. Thank God I sit like in front, because I have a feeling if I sat in back, there's a good chance my side comment could have been caught on audio, even though I said it as quietly as possible. I hope you remembered to pray for the Broncos. I mean, have y'all seen the Broncos? They can sometimes play like donkeys. Sorry, Pastor Steve. I can tell Pastor Steve, really, really huge Bronco fan. But sorry for offending you, Pastor Steve, and whoever else is a huge Bronco fan. But you got to admit it. The Broncos play like donkeys kinda most of the time. So, like, if Steve forgets to pray for the Broncos, you can bet there's gonna be a huge chance those Broncos or donkeys, they're so not gonna win. Okay, bye, y'all.